You are listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. This is Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris, and just a reminder, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. I swear we should not be taking weeks off.
No.
Seems like.
I feel like I should not be here. I feel like something's like, I don't know, I just feel weird about it. I am really glad though that we took last week off.
Our field trip was awesome.
It was very awesome.
We took a really good field trip.
We did, and I realized the second that we went back to the cars that we forgot to take the selfie you were talking about.
Yeah, it was too dark.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
No, we did try. So we went and saw, you pronounce it because I cannot pronounce it. Oh,
Prima Facie
or fascia?
Fascia. I was talking to someone about it, and I was like, I was struggling like that, and I was like, Prima Facie, and they were like, oh, and then they said it, and I was like, how do you know what that is? And they were like, oh, it's a common saying, and I was like, I've never heard it before.
Common to who?
Yeah. Someone with a doctorate.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. Oh, or a lawyer.
Yeah, that's true.
What we saw.
Yeah.
She was a lawyer in that.
She was. It was very good.
No, it was really good. But if you've ever been to a movie, which I'm assuming most of you have, before the movie starts, the lights are on. Mm-hmm. And then when the movie's over, the first thing they do is turn up the lights. They did not do this. It was actually dark when we walked out.
Yeah.
I was making sure I did not stumble and fall.
Yeah, I was going to fall down the stairs after sitting for that amount of time.
Yeah, but it was really good. I think we both highly recommend seeing the live play. It's Jodie Comer's one-woman play, and she talks a lot. I mean, in a good way, meaning I was super impressed with how long she kept her dialogue going, her monologue. Yeah,
I can't even say the tag line without being out of breath.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how she did that.
And she just kept going and going and going.
Literally.
It was amazing.
It was totally amazing.
But yeah, good field trip though.
Yeah. We are live on YouTube, and I do have the chat, even though I forgot to bring my computer. I have it on my phone. So come chat with us. Search Harper Radio on YouTube, and we'll be there live.
Yes, and chat with us.
Please.
I actually, we are on Twitter as well. You can always respond to any tweets that we send, or chat with us at Streamingverse. At streaming_verse.
Yes.
Streamingverse is one word now in my vocabulary.
I know. It is. No.
He's getting really soft right now. I'm turning it up. So, what have you been watching the past couple weeks?
A lot. I'm gonna start with one that I watched like a week ago, I think. I did tweet about it. One of the few times I accessed the Streamingverse Twitter account.
I remember what it was. Go on. Now, I forgot, but I know what it is.
A Simple Favor. It's with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. I don't know why. Whenever I say Anna Kendrick, I always want to say Anne Hathaway. I don't know why.
Completely different people.
I know, completely different people. I love them both. But it was really, 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 really good. I watched it with my parents, and they were like, this is really, 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 really screwed up.
Oh, yeah, it was very screwed up.
Yes, but Blake Lively is so attractive. And the funny thing is, Taylor Swift made an appearance at a film festival. Don't ask me which one. My brother would know. With Sadie Sink and the guy in the All Too Well 10-minute version music video, and she wore this vest, and she looked great, and I promise there's a connection. And then in the movie, because everyone was talking about, oh, it looks like just like Blake Lively's outfit that she wore, and I'm like, and in an interview she said something about, or Taylor said something about wanting to share Blake Lively's closet, and like Blake Lively's child is Taylor Swift's godson, so like they're besties. And then when I watched the movie, she was wearing that outfit, the blue vest.
So you got the connection.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, that's where it's from. That was a pointless and very long story to get to the hook there, but I felt it was important. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I remember when it came out in theaters, I really wanted to go see it. For some reason, I didn't. And then I just never watched it, and it was on Peacock? I think it's on Peacock, because I think that's where I watched it.
I watched it on Hulu, but I saw it when it first came out.
Okay.
On Hulu. I mean, so I know it's probably in the theaters. It's so funny. It's like pre-pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And I saw it on Hulu. But you may have seen it on Peacock. Like, they change all the time.
Yeah, I think I did. I don't know. What have you been watching, Chris?
What have I been watching? Well, I finished, the first season of The Old Man. And if you haven't heard of The Old Man, it is with Jeff Bridges and John. He goes by John Lithgow, but I still know him as Jonathan. Like, for some reason, I always want to call him Jonathan. And it's really good because Jeff Bridges is they're both old CIA guys. One of them's been in hiding, and yeah, and it has to do with, espionage, intrigue, and what's been happening over the past 40 years. And it's Jeff Bridges, like, who's just amazing. He's an amazing actor. Do you know who Jeff Bridges is?
I know who he is, but I can't. He was in Thor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's Odin, I think.
He was the evil guy in. No, was it Thor? Not Thor. I'm thinking Iron Man. He was in
Iron Man. That's what it is. Thank you.
In Iron Man.
Got it.
And
I knew it was one of them.
Just his whole catalog. In fact, I could probably have Deegan on and discuss Jeff Bridges movies, I suspect.
Probably.
And he just has this awesome catalog. In fact, when his brother, and I heard this, so this is like a Hollywood, like, not secret, but open secret. Like, his brother apparently used to get a lot of roles, Beau Bridges, but he had a drinking problem. So Jeff would always end up filling in on the role. So he ended up working all these different roles that he wouldn't have normally had because he just took over his brother's.
That reminds me of something I watched.
So The Old Man I recommend, and it looks like there's going to be a season 2, which shocks me because I didn't expect, those two actors of that caliber, and age to sign up for, season 2, but it looks like they have, so I'm excited. Nice. And one show I've been watching it's on its 3rd season right now, and I don't really talk about it because it used to be a network show. It's called Evil, and it is on Paramount Plus. So originally it's on CBS. So the first 2 seasons were on CBS, and it had to deal with censors. Now it's only on Paramount Plus. And there's some swearing, and there's things that happen. But it is about these investigators who are basically charged with finding out if what is happening is a man situation, meaning humankind situation, or a demon, or do they need an exorcist? And they're working with the Catholic Church.
Oh, God.
So there's a lot of religious context in it, but there's a lot of demons. Like, it is really screwy with the demons, I have to tell you. It comes on Sunday, so my thing every Sunday morning, this is what I do. It's the one morning I'm not going to get up and go to work, not going to go swim.
Right.
Saturdays I normally swim. So I get up, make a cup of coffee, and I watch Evil. Because I love the show.
That's amazing.
I've been watching it for 3 seasons with no payoff. Last week but that's how good it is.
Yeah.
There's no payoff, and I'm still in on it. This week we had some payoffs, and it was awesome. Oh my God. It was so good. But yeah, no, there's this guy who's the devil, and like he works with the devil, and it's really it is very interesting, especially if you're into, I'm just going to call it science fiction. Like that.
The demon world.
But the guy who plays Leland was in Person of Interest, and you probably don't know what that is, but also Lost, and I forget his real name, but he plays an evil guy so well. So well.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend Evil.
I wrote it down. That sounds really interesting.
Do you have Paramount Plus? I think you do.
I
think
know.
that's one of the like under lock and key ones that we've talked about.
Yeah. Because I finally got access to Peacock.
Woo!
So, I don't know.
Oh, Peacock. That means Wolf Like Me.
Wolf Like Me? I'm writing it down.
Yes. And I think Resident Evil's also on Peacock.
I did. I added it to my list, or like the My Stuff or whatever they call it there, because I am going to watch that one.
Yeah, Resident Alien, the second part of season 2 is out next week or the week after, like August 10th. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I definitely am going to watch that. I have watched so much stuff. I watched The Gray Man. I'll just talk about that because it's really popular. It just came out on Netflix.
Yep.
Speaking of good villains, Chris Evans makes such a good villain. And I know he was in Knives Out, and he was the bad guy in that as well. So I knew he was really good at it. But this was like a different, we saw different parts of it, of his villain stuff. And it was really good. I really liked it.
He was over the top.
He was insane. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I had no idea what it was about going in. I just heard an audio clip that I can't repeat on air because it says something. But I heard that and I was like, that's hilarious. I want to see it. Plus, there's like 3 Marvel actors in it or something.
I'm trying to think who the 3 Marvel, because I know, like you said, Chris Evans, and then it's Ryan Gosling. No, he's not Marvel. I know that, but he was in it.
Oh yeah, Ryan Gosling.
I'm trying to think who the other Marvel people would be. Isn't it? But I watched it too.
My brain's not working. Okay.
And I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it was cute. Like, it wasn't like, I don't know if I would have paid $13 to go see it in the theater, if I would have been like, it was great. But I liked it better than Red Notice, which was with Ryan Reynolds. I actually watched the whole thing, and I actually liked that song, the Silver Bird song. That's like
yeah.
And it made me laugh because I read reviews. People are mad. People are very angry that this movie is there and that people are enjoying it.
And that it's getting a sequel and this whole universe.
Yeah. It's so funny because it's like, why the hate? It's just a cute movie.
Right.
Like, we enjoyed watching it. And as far as the song goes, I've been introduced to a song that I'd like to hear again. Because they're saying they stole it from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, because it's 70s. So someone wrote a whole blog about how upset they were that they picked the song Silver Bird, and I forget who the artist is, but if you Google Silver Bird, you will know who it is, trust me.
Yeah.
And someone wrote an article about like how there was no connection, the girl had no reason to like it, they didn't develop that in the movie, and they're just stealing from Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's like, really, how many movies have put in 70s music in the past like decade? A ton.
Yeah, and
a ton.
Didn't know Guardians of the Galaxy owned the 70s.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when did Star-Lord become the owner? Yeah, he had a good connection because of his mom.
Right.
But I can't believe I just whipped out Star-Lord.
I know. That was amazing. Really impressed by that.
I'm in shock. And on that note, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris here on WHCM Harper Radio.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead. But you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait. Communicate. Get started today at ready.gov/plan. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Do you know what time it is? It's time to turn that dial to Erica's Mixtape, where you'll hear a variety of music such as hard rock, indie rock, and classic rock. You'll also hear a variety of amazing guests every Tuesday, 1 to 3 p.m. here on WHCM 88.3 FM, radio done differently.
Yes, tune in. Erica has changed the name of her show. She had to explain that to me. Because I did the social media post and did not look because I don't assume people change names of their shows.
Got it.
So it'll be corrected on next week's post. And just a reminder, the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. You are listening to Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris here on Harper Radio. You can also head over right now to YouTube Live, Harper Radio channel, and contribute to the chat because we're about to dive into the Emmys.
Yep.
It's about to get real.
It is. And I totally took your assignment seriously.
Yes.
I couldn't use my Rocket book anymore because I had to highlight. I made a My Rules version of this and like the actual like Emmys.
Okay.
Because I was like, I have to do something else.
All right. So where do you want to start?
How about you start?
Okay, I can start.
Because I don't know where I'm gonna go with this.
Okay. I'm going to start with some things that I very generalized before I dive in.
Okay.
So first, Ted Lasso got 20 nominations. Super excited. Mind you, at least 3 of them are in the same category.
Okay,
No
yeah.
idea. White Lotus, which was on HBO Max, and if you don't know that Ted Lotus is on Apple Plus, just
Ted
Apple
Lotus?
TV. Ted Lotus. I am not good with the words. Ted Lasso is on Apple TV Plus.
That's something I would say, Chris.
20 noms. And White Lotus, which was on HBO Max, also got 20 noms. So I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
You know, they both got a lot of nominations. I enjoyed both of them. I wanted to say a positive before I got into The Offer was robbed. I was actually reading where they posted it, like where the Emmys posted all the nominations. Or no, Vanity posted all the nominations.
Yeah, I did read that.
And someone put, did no one watch The Offer? They didn't get anything. And The Offer is the limited series that was about the making of The Godfather.
Oh, I did hear about that from my brother.
Even from your what?
My brother.
Your brother.
Did I say my godfather?
Your daughter. And I was like,
What? No.
Surprise.
Yeah, my
Surprise
cat.
to your parents.
I might have said daughter. At this point, I have no idea what I'm saying.
But with The Offer, even if they got best casting, because you know, Miles Teller was in it, Juno Temple, and she's from Ted Lasso, was in it. It was just amazing casting, and that's the only 2 I can name off the top of my head. But there was a ton of brilliant actors. Also, production design. Like between watching Gaslit and The Offer, I really felt like I was in the 70s for a few weeks watching both those things. But none of the actors was nominated, and nothing. No best casting, no production. You know, it was really disappointing. Because The Offer was so good. In fact, people are like streaming the movie The Godfather now because of watching it.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, it's driven people to watch The Godfather, which is, think of all the people are now either rewatching it or being introduced to The Godfather.
Right.
You know, that came out in the 70s.
I've never seen it.
I'm sure Deegan has.
I'm sure he has. I know he has.
So that's one that I really, really identified with being a travesty, that no nomination.
All right. I was stuck on the fact that they have. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I was stuck on the fact before I even wrote anything down as I was going through the Vanity Fair article, which you can look up, but just by looking up like Emmy nominations 2022, that they still have. Okay, and I was kind of torn about this. That they still have Best Actor and Best Actress. That's where I was stuck.
Okay.
Because I was like, well, I call all actors actors because why should they be separated? But then again, I understand the like giving more people opportunities, but then I was staring at it and I was like, bro, what if they're non-binary? What if,
Right.
like, I don't know, so that's where I was
No,
stuck.
but that's actually something that's going to have to be crossed at some point.
It is, because I was like, how many opportunities?
Do you have one category, more nominations, and
Right.
2 winners?
That's what I was thinking, right. So, I don't know. But I was looking at what was nominated, and I was writing down, like, oh, what I hoped would win or what I thought should win, and I was like, wow, I've really watched nothing that is nominated. So that's when I went off the map. But for supporting actor, I'm just saying actor. But supporting actor / actress, of course Sadie Sink, I think, for drama series.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she was amazing. But also, where's Hunter Schafer in Euphoria?
Oh,
Euphoria got
yeah.
nominated for so much stuff.
Right.
Where's Hunter?
And it's probably, where
It-
do you put that actor? And
yeah.
I'm like you, I just say actor now for
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so that's what my whole realization was, like, what? That's all I got. No, I actually have more, because my rules gets very fun,
Okay.
because I stopped caring about when anything came out and just went crazy. I made up my own categories.
All right, let's hear these categories.
Okay. I'm going to start in the middle. You're going to laugh at me. It's fine. Okay. The character written characters. So this is for writing. Most likely, I promise, I don't know why I wrote this. Most likely to put silverware in the microwave and blame it on me. And I would be okay with it.
I
Would-
like the "and I would be okay with it" part. Like, it's already very descriptive, but I would be okay.
I
with
would
it.
be okay. I would be like, yeah, my bad. Would be Judy Hale from Dead to Me. Played by Linda Cardellini
Okay.
in the Netflix original series. I don't know why. I just feel like that's something that character would do. And I'd be okay with it.
I like your categories. I want to hear more.
Thank you. Okay, I got a lot. Some of them are funny. Some of them are like actually kind of decent. Again, this is for writing. This is just turned into character most likely. Character that that Nina is most likely to commit vehicular manslaughter with. Okay, now hear me out. That's a reference to Taylor Swift and Harry Styles.
Okay.
If you know what I'm talking about, 1989. If you know, you know. I'm not going to explain the whole thing because it's a lot. But I said 70s Wanda from WandaVision. I think that would be so fun.
All right, I approve.
Yeah. And then, okay, I have 2 more that kind of go hand in hand. Character most likely to be shoved down a staircase by yours truly. I said Owen Hunt. I don't like him.
Twice.
Yeah.
You're going to do that twice.
I'm going to do that twice. And then
Yeah.
character I'd like to be stuck in jail with for committing vehicular manslaughter and shoving Owen Hunt down a staircase would probably be Kate Bishop from Hawkeye or Sam Wilson from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They would just be fun.
So funny. I like this. I did not go there. Now I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Oh, I have so many more. It's not good. Like, this is what I do for fun.
I like this. This is good. Got another one?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Actually, I had a conversation about this, but it was like person, not character. And I do have different answers for like person other than like, I'll just say it. Oh my god. Character I'd like to be stuck in an elevator with.
Mm-hmm.
I said Gemma Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because number one, she's adorable and I feel like she'd just hold me the whole time because I'd probably start crying. And two, she's very smart. So she'd
get you out.
She'd get me out.
Yeah.
But also, but maybe it wouldn't be Gemma because I do want to be stuck in a room with her. Maybe not stuck, but like I want to have an excuse for her to I'm talking like she's a real person. I want to talk to her. I mean, Lily's a real person. But
have a conversation with them. Like, and they can't go anywhere. Like, even if they're scared that it's well, they're not creeped out because they're a character. It's not the real person.
Well, right. And I was going to say Villanelle, but then I was like, no, she'd kill me.
She'd kill you. She'd get bored.
Yeah, she'd 100%.
I mean, nothing personal.
No, nothing personal. She'd just get bored and kill me. And that's what I was thinking with all of these things. I was like, she'd just get bored. Okay, the other ones aren't as funny. The worst last 5 minutes of an episode. Killing Eve season 4, the last episode. Terrible.
Oh, so what? I don't understand what the last 5 minutes are. Like, that you would get rid of?
Like, no, like in history, the award for the worst last 5 minutes.
I didn't hear the worst part.
Oh,
the worst, yeah.
It was terrible. The last episode of season 4.
Yes.
We don't talk about it. Just like Bruno.
Bruno, yeah. Yep, just like Bruno.
Have you seen Encanto?
No, I have not, but I know all about We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Yeah, everyone does. I have watched Encanto way too many times, and I still don't understand it. It's a children's animation cartoon, and I don't.
Why aren't we talking about Bruno? Do you know?
Because he can see the future, and he was banished. See, I don't understand it. He was banished because he was telling people what was going to happen.
So he was
and then it happened.
They thought he was evil then.
I think so.
Or like a sorcerer. Negative.
Yeah, I guess. So then he started living in the walls of their house.
And this is a children's movie.
Yeah. I genuinely have watched this movie a couple times because I'm like, why don't I understand this?
Well, what I don't understand, and you're not, this isn't the first time I've questioned this, but with what you're saying, why would you want kids to think they can be banished? Why would you want kids to watch a movie where, hey, we're going to take this character and banish him?
And then
just get rid of him. Like, then kids think, can you banish me?
Right. And then they forgave the grandma, I think, who was responsible for all of this. No big deal.
But Bruno takes the hit.
No, Bruno was then accepted.
Okay, gotcha.
I think, I don't know. It's a confusing children's movie.
It really is. Well, on that note, let's take a quick break. We will be right back with more Streaming Verse here on WHCM Harper Radio with Nina and Chris.
Hey everybody, it's time for today's STEM tip. Want to know how to make your selfies even better? Okay, let's use science. The best time for photos is golden hour. That's the moment right before the sun sets, when the atmosphere scatters blue and violet wavelengths, making perfect, soft, and golden selfie light to show off that beautiful face of yours. Click. Check out Chic and STEM for more inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
What's going on, Chicagoland? I'm Station Manager Eric Bonilla, reminding you that you are listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, the award-winning broadcast station of Harper College in Palatine, Illinois.
Are you tired of listening to the same songs over and over again? If you are, then listen to World Sounds every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. here at WHCM 88.3 FM, where we bring you the best songs from France, Spain, South Korea, and so many more. Your host, Ernesto Pacheco, broadcasting from Harper College in Palatine. We'll see you next time.
I like that promo.
Yeah.
And how many world shows do we have right now? That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I think we've got two or three now
Three?
at least. Yeah. Just a reminder, this is Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris, and the thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. I dropped the ball, did not work on my PSA this week, but
Oh, me neither.
I wanted to share this PSA because Harper College has big news. Beginning August 8th, Pace Route 697 will start at the Northwest Transportation Center in Schaumburg and end at Harper's Palatine campus. The route will last about 16 minutes and repeat 19 times each weekday. One-way fares range from $1 to $2.25. So you can go to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, and Harper College has posted this. In fact, we've reposted this, WHCM, on our Twitter page at Harper Radio to get information on the exact route, because it's not just like going straight up Roselle Road. There's going to be other ways. But it's really cool because with the pandemic, I don't know if you know this, Nina, we lost a bunch of routes. The local buses that ran in our suburbs, they discontinued them and they didn't bring them back.
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I extensively looked into this one point when I was trying to see if I could go from O'Hare Airport to my house, or at least within a mile of my house, and you can't. So
Interesting.
So that's good news, especially, if you need a ride to school.
Yeah.
You got the bus. Take the bus.
Awesome.
Let me, before we go back into your crazy Emmy topic.
We really don't have to. If you
No, I love them. I'm just jealous because I didn't think of anything. I sort of mentioned this before when I was talking about the period pieces, but I also, Gaslit did not get enough nominations. In fact, no people were nominated. So it's Julia Roberts and Sean Penn, and they're both, she's won an Oscar, and I'm guessing if Sean Penn hasn't, he probably has been nominated. So maybe they looked at him and go, well, they're not limited series worthy because, they're in the movies and everything. But it was nominated for things like prosthetics because Sean Penn had like this nose, so they got nominated for that and some other things. But none of the people did. So again, not the best casting. It was a great cast. Again, I felt like I was in the 70s watching it.
Yeah.
And I thought Julia Roberts did an excellent job. I don't like Sean Penn. I don't like Sean Penn at all. And I loved him in this. He was funny.
Now I have to Google a picture of Sean Penn.
Now his character, obviously he was playing a character, but I really enjoyed watching him in this because they were kooky. This couple was really kooky in Gaslit. And if I haven't recommended it enough, I'm also going to say watch it if you haven't watched it yet. It is on Stars. And it's a limited series, and it's about Watergate.
Oh, yeah. Watergate. I write all of this stuff down. And then I'm like, I go home, try to, I want to watch something new. What should I watch? Don't look at any of it. Nope. Just, geez, there's nothing. It's ridiculous.
There's so much stuff.
There's so much. Oh, and I was working on a list for you. It's not finished.
Okay.
On TV Time, I think it was, of like upbeat TV shows.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't get very far.
I'm going to say Ted Lasso.
Yeah. I think that was in there. I think I had like 4, and 2 of them were like Disney cartoon series.
I think Teenage Bounty Hunter's upbeat, only because it's not negative. The whole, the drama is built by people being evil. It's not that way on that show.
Right. No, I would agree with that.
All right, so let's share another category. Let's hear it.
Okay. The worst coming out scene goes to when Alex Danvers came out to her sister Kara Danvers in Supergirl, and Kara, an alien from Krypton, was like, "What?" and just like avoided her for a while because she just didn't. I'm like, "Girl, you're an alien. Get over it."
Yeah.
That was the worst thing in the world. I'm like, she's so accepting of everything else. And then, like, character switch. You're what? Like it's so dramatic. Like, I hated it.
I'm sorry, but you've just opened a door.
Okay, yes.
So I don't know if you know about this, but I'm going to share this.
Please.
Ellen DeGeneres used to have a TV show.
I do know that.
Okay. Did you hear about her coming out on the show?
I've heard about it, but didn't they take it off air?
Yes. So this is like, to me, it's the worst though. Like,
Okay.
It's kind of what you're saying because of the way people responded to it.
Okay,
and
yeah.
the time frame, which is just, it's a horrible story. Like, I'm not pro Ellen DeGeneres
Right.
anymore because I feel she's very negative.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think she kind of earned her negativity by what she had to go through.
Right.
If that makes sense. So she had this TV show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and I think it was on 1 or 2 seasons.
Wasn't it like a sitcom?
It was a sitcom.
Okay.
Just a funny show. And she was dating men, blah, 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 normal, whatever.
Yeah.
And I actually watched it, so I actually saw this.
Oh, okay.
And then her character figures out that she's a lesbian.
Mhm.
And then she comes out. And the way they did it in the show was perfect because they all basically looked at her and said, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Like they knew
Like,
it.
whatever.
Like whatever. Like
Yeah.
we figured this out like already. But so in the show, great writing. It was awesome. And if that was written today, people would be fine with it.
Right.
Yeah. Back then they canceled her.
Ridiculous.
And it's like, really? Just because she's a lesbian and they knew they figured out that point she was in real life. It's like, and people question like what's happening with transgender people now because people are the same way now. Because we've talked about, you and I personally.
Yes.
And I guess this is kind of a plug for the Uprising Bakery in
Yes.
Lake in the Hills.
Yes.
And they were going to have a drag show with Jackie Love, who performed here at Harper College, but the Proud Boys got involved and damaged their store, and they had to close it. They had all these issues. They're getting all of this hate. The police have called them about the store to shut down the drag show, all because they said it was a family-friendly drag show. All that means is they're not going to swear, and there's no inappropriate topics.
Yeah.
Not, we're going to convert your children, which is what I think people think. We're going to convert your children.
Yeah. And that's not how it works for lifestyle or sexuality, really.
And what kills me is how many kids dress up when they're young. Like, get over this.
Yeah.
Like, I have a picture because the girls in like kindergarten dressed up my son in like this princess thing,
Yeah.
with a tiara, and I have a picture. I think it's adorable. My sister dressed up my brother in a dress.
It's like a ritual. It happens.
Right. It's like, why do we care?
Right. And that's the thing too. I'm going off topic, but with people being like, "Oh, if there's representation in kids shows, that'll convert them." I'm like, I grew up watching straight Disney princesses, and I still turned out to be very gay. Things happen. I don't think
to Disney's dismay.
Yeah, literally. Like, literally, my family is like, Disney, 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 Disney. Oh, my God. I grew up watching these straight, literally straight fish. Like, how do you... It's a thing. Fall in love. And literally the first time I saw and, like, understood, like, oh, my gosh, that's a gay couple.
Right.
Like, you can do that, was on a TV show, and when I was, like, in middle school.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So,
Disney.
Yeah. Disney did not, they were not successful in their programming of you.
No, they didn't transform me to be straight.
I like that. All right, we got a few more minutes left in the show here.
Okay.
Give us some more topics.
Okay, the most expensive music, which I was very curious about this. My mom and I went on a walk this morning, and I for some reason, it just like consumed me. I was like, how much is that Kate Bush cassette? Because people have got to be reselling it for a ridiculous amount of money because Max and Stranger Things. And so I looked it up just out of curiosity, and it is going from like $100 to $500. And that didn't shock me as much as it should have, because it's the original cassette that Max used. But that made me laugh. I have the most progressive Disney Plus show, which I don't know if that's entirely accurate. It's just the one that I've watched most recently. And each episode kind of tackles a different topic, and it made me very happy. But Baymax. With the new Baymax one with the explanation point. There's a couple new Baymax shows. I love Baymax. But they were talking about menstruation. They were talking about, not really talking about, but like transgender men who menstruate, and just like a bunch of stuff like mental health. And it made me so happy to see, because Baymax is like the healthcare assistant. And so, I don't know, it was just really cute.
Yeah, why aren't we all happy people? I'm sorry, I'm just getting in the, if we're being programmed.
Yeah.
All the movies are about people are happy and, but we're all depressed.
I know. I don't think I've talked to it. That's kidding. That's a joke. I talked to Katie. Katie's very happy. Okay. I haven't talked to someone who's like genuinely happy in a very long time.
Right. But we've all seen the movies and should be programmed to think life is a peach and we should all be happy, and maybe it's like a musical and we're all singing in our heads all the time.
Get over it. We all hate ourselves. Which
is why we watch all the TV and movies that we watch. Go us.
Yeah, we're doing great. Speaking of being sad, I put best portrayal of grief, and that goes to Sorry for Your Loss, which is Elizabeth Olsen. Oh my god, I haven't finished it yet because I had to stop watching it because I was like, I'm reliving things, man. Like, oh my god.
One of my favorite portrayals of grief, I just lost my dude, was it was in the book, so I appreciated what they did with the movie. And I'm gonna bring up this movie, and please don't judge me, but yes, I've seen all of them and I've read all the books.
Okay.
Twilight.
I'm not judging you. Okay. I've never seen anything.
So in
I love Kristen
Twilight,
Stewart.
when you read the book and she's in this breakup mode with Edward. So you read where she is and what she's going through, and in the book it's October and it's a blank page, November and it's a blank page, December and and I was just sobbing reading the book because I got that.
Yeah.
And I connected. And so they kind of do the same thing in the movie, not as good of a job, but because I had read the book, I really went good. Because it's just she's just sitting there looking out of a window in the movie and it's nothing. And that's depression, and that's
felt
sad.
That.
Yes.
We say while smiling.
But I always, like I said, in the book, it's still like it haunts me because it's like, because no words were the best option to portray it.
Catch me reading Twilight now. Oh my god. Jeez.
I'd give you my books, but I actually got rid of them. I actually read Twilight, the whole series, twice. I've also read Harry Potter.
That's amazing. Okay, I mean, I don't understand the hate Twilight's getting because I've never seen it. I remember in elementary school, people are like, Team Edward, Team Jacob. I never understood any of it. I was like...
Well, the movies were really just horrible.
Okay, yeah.
Especially as you got towards the end. There's a scene that's gone now. This is so funny. So in one of the last 2 movies, I think it was the last one, which I forget. Maybe it was Breaking Dawn. I forget.
Okay.
This is hysterical. So what's his name? He dated Taylor Swift for a minute.
Taylor Lautner.
Because he is
one of them.
Team Edward, Team Jacob. So he's Jacob. And it's when I'm giving stuff away. So spoiler, if you haven't seen Twilight yet, just give it up. So he imprints on her daughter, which is a wolf thing.
Okay.
But as he's walking, he sees her, right? And he's going to kill her because that's what a wolf does. So
he's going to kill her daughter?
The baby, yeah. Because the baby is a vampire and she's a travesty, and that's what the wolves do. They kill the vampires. It's a whole thing. So he's going to kill her. So he is up because the baby also killed Bella. He thinks Bella's dead at this point. Because
Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he thinks she's dead.
Okay.
So that's why he's going to kill the baby.
Still doesn't make much sense, but got it.
It's Twilight.
This is why
it's not doing well. So he's going to go kill her, and he's walking in very dramatic. And then their eyes meet. And then he takes one step. And then the next step, he goes down on his knee. And he's stuck. My niece and I saw this. We laughed. We busted out laughing when we saw this. I have yet to ever see it. I will specifically watch the movie when it's on TV just to see if that movie's, because there's always different version of movies.
Right. Yeah.
And it's gone. Like, I think they realized this is not the best version of it. Because my niece and I were just busting out laughing. And we love the books. And we were just like,
That's amazing.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to wrap up the show. So you have to watch that scene now. I actually, if I find it on YouTube, I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to YouTube this.
It's so funny. All right, we will be right back with the end of Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris here on WHCM. Stay tuned. We will be right back after these messages.
I spent a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain and mud. In 95, I helped tow your moving trailer. And in 09, it was sparks from me, your chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Jeff, remember last year when you wouldn't let me change anything about Global Tunes? You complained it's going to be like we're on Mars and you're going to be burning into dust. Well, we're changing the show anyway. Now it's going to be at 3 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. So brace yourself. We're doing this 3 p.m. Tuesdays and Fridays. Global Tunes with Jeff and Marie, the best Global Tunes show on the radio. Music from all over the world.
Dang it.
I think that should be the song we use.
Yeah.
We were both getting into that song that they were using for their promo right there.
Tainted Love? Is that what it is?
Yes, but like the heavy metal version.
Oh, yeah.
The heavy metal version of Tainted
Our next
Love.
promo.
Which we're going to need soon, so.
Yeah.
All right, so this was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. I just repeated exactly what you said.
Let's see if anyone responded to us on Twitter real quick.
All right.
I got a Twitter notification, but nope, has nothing to do with our show. Come on, people. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Streaming_verse.
And while you're at it, you might as well follow us on Letterboxd. Yep.
Yes.
which is streaming_verse as well. And you can catch up on our episodes on YouTube. If you go to the Harper Radio YouTube channel, you can watch most of our previous episodes.
Yeah, there might be some sound issues at the beginning of them. They might get fixed, but we fixed the sound issue now, so we good.
Yeah.
We have it. And
Knock on wood.
Yeah, we talked about the Emmys tonight, and just a reminder, they will air September 12th this year.
All right.
So we will all find out then. And I want to rewatch Stranger Things. I don't know about you, but
I could rewatch it.
I could just this last season.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was really good.
I'm a huge Eddie Munson fan now.
All right. My brother told me the other day, he goes, "Did you hear about Eddie?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "He got detained." And I was like, "What?"
I saw that.
Yeah. And then I guess, I don't know if this is completely accurate because it's my brother, but he was like, he's my news source for this. He's like, oh yeah, and then they found out he was Eddie, and then the officer was like, "Oh yeah, just make sure you come back for another season."
Okay, this is the way he said it because I watched it myself.
Okay.
So he's on Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
And I have to tell the story with my hands.
Yes.
Right? So he's on, and he's saying, "Yep, I was detained for something." He goes, "I'm sitting back there for 20 minutes." Of course, he's using his English accent because, spoiler alert, he's English.
Didn't know that.
And that's why he's detained.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's part of the
Okay.
reason. Yeah. So he's back there, and then one of the officers starts interviewing him and says, "Well, why are you coming in the country?" And he goes, "Because I'm going to meet Jimmy Fallon." And of course he's like, "Yeah, right." And then one of the other officers walks up and says, "Hey, you can't let Eddie Munson go." And he goes, "You're Eddie Munson?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's a character I play on Stranger Things." He goes, "I'm going to let you go, but you have to come back in the next season." He goes, "I have no control." Like, he's like, "I don't know if I'm coming back or not." And he goes, "Here's your passport."
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
So yes, that is what happened. I purposely watched it just because I heard about the story and because I am crushing on Eddie Munson for some reason.
I feel like everyone is.
Seriously. It's hard to get used to him in short hair though. Because I want to see the long
I don't think I've seen a picture of him not in like Eddie Munson costume.
Right, yeah. Yeah, he
I'll
looks
have to
like
look
a
it up.
normal bloke, so he looks fine.
All right.
So I will be back next week.
All right. I will not be here.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to find some guest hosts. It is August 8th is Sense8 Day. So I'm really hoping that week for the show I can get another Sense8 fan on the show.
There you go.
So if there's any Sense8 fans listening, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter, streaming_verse, and let me know if you want to be on the show. And we're just going to gush over all things Sense8.
Yes.
Because it's their birthday, August 8th. So.
Oh my gosh.
I actually have it on my calendar.
Do you really?
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, you have enjoy your time off.
Thank you.
Before we get cracking next semester.
Yeah.
Amping up the show and talking about more things and getting some guests into this semester.
Third semester.
Oops. I just did something scary. Woo, I fixed it. Radio DJ just downsized.
Oh,
it just
gosh.
went down. And I got scared.
Oh,
all right. Everyone have an awesome evening. Watch something you enjoy and share it with us.
Yes. Have a good dinner.